IVM.
When people write a capital or uppercase K suddenly in the middle of a word instead of a lowercase k, it means they hate authorities. Really? How is that even possible? Wait, I spotted the same trait that we call defiance in the handwriting of a famous comedian and IVM podcaster Cyrus Brocha, and here is what he had to say.
You do not like people being authoritative for the heck of it.
Oh, I hate authority.
Yeah.
I
So
hate,
if
you're right,
they-
spot on.
Only because it is told that you must
Because
do
they're
it,
telling
you
me
have
what
to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, you have to do it.
exactly.
No, but
I
I
can't
agree.
stand authority.
I agree with you because it's not about what they're trying to say. Many a times you agree with what they're trying to say. It's only because the way it is said. And if you see anybody being arrogant, anybody being...
Yeah,
then
absolutely.
then
It's
you
like
go
you knew me
for
all
a
my
kill.
life. With authority, I'm a big fan of Tamiz culture. If they speak nicely to me, I'll do anything they say. But we just don't do that. Nobody, the corporate is like, chal, ikre, chal. They don't, just talk nicely. But anyway, I've given up on that. But I don't like authority, no.
Yes, and that has also led your career decisions and your many, many choices in life. You knew people going to be irritating and they're going to be arrogant, and you have gotten into projects. Halfway through, you realize people are being authoritative and you stepped out.
Right.
And sometimes you just walk out without saying anything and you just like withdraw in the middle of a conversation because you're like, no point, I'm going to lose my mind. I might as well like protect them from me. So I might as well walk out. So
Not just walking out, but more often I start teasing them. And it becomes confrontational after some time because I start behaving like a 5-year-old and making silly comments and undermining their authority and, making fun of calling them by their first name. Sometimes, that irritates people when they're in a position of authority around other people. I have lots of techniques.
Welcome to Absolutely Right, the first graphology-based podcast show in India. On this show, I present some revealing facts about your personality with the help of an unbelievably accurate study of handwriting analysis, also known as graphology. I am your host, Aditi Surana. I am a graphologist and a high-performance coach. Now, graphologically speaking, the person who writes this abrupt uppercase K shows defiance. You may ask, how about other letters? Why only K? And what if it is somebody's style, to write a K in that way? Or how about other letters? Why only letter K? What if it is someone's style or even a mere mistake? Sometimes it may happen. No, it is not. I have tested it hundreds of times, and every time when I found this peculiar K, it matched my analysis. The writer disliked rules, regulations, instructions, explicitly or implicitly. I know it sounds unbelievable. How can that one little variation in letter K talk about oppositional defiant trait? When researchers were studying handwriting strokes, they collected hundreds of samples and simultaneously asked the same people some personality assessment type of questions. As they drew parallels, they found some common patterns. They kept narrowing down until they could confidently, without any variation, rely on a handwriting stroke that can talk about a specific behavioral pattern. In this case, the capital K got associated with defiance, and I must say it is really, really accurate. Over these years, I have come to believe graphology way more. After going through more than 10,000 samples, I can rely on these 800 base strokes to talk about anybody's personality with utmost accuracy. Defiant people are freedom fighters in their mind. They fight any force that may infringe on their freedom. After talking to many defiant people, I learned a lot about what motivates their behavior, why they hate authorities so much. They associate authorities as someone who will misuse their powers because they have experiences like that. They are always on guard. They do one of these three things. First, they pick a fight and establish that they are the authority. Two, they say, go to hell to your face. Third, they walk away quietly, withdraw from the conversation, and basically non-verbally convey, go to hell to you. Do you remember Safina played by Alia Bhatt in Gully Boy? When her mother told her not to go out and follow the rules, she fought and she figured out a way to do whatever she wanted anyways. That Safina was being defiant. Against all the odds, when Vicky Kaushal in Manmarzia came to meet Rumi and defended his decision, that particular Vicky was being defiant. As Cyrus says, For a defined person, it's all about tamiz and tehzeeb, about respect and request. They oppose what is being said as they cannot handle the rude, arrogant, and merely authoritative tone of voice. I have met defiant people who have abruptly left their jobs, got so triggered by someone's rude behavior that they became physically abusive, or endlessly fought with their spouse, believing that she is dominating when in reality she wasn't. Let's look at the handwriting stroke formation of this particular trait one more time. Write down, I love cakes. Here, the word cake does not demand a capital K. But if the writer writes a capital K instead of a lowercase k, then the writer cannot handle authority or authoritative behavior. If you want to be sure about this trait, then download the PDF document that describes the stroke, the handwriting samples associated with it, and some journaling questions as a fun sheet. You can download it from the link aditisurana.com/podcast. Look for episode number 84. If your child has this stroke, then he or she cannot follow the rules without getting irritated. If your subordinate has the stroke, then you need to be gentle and respectful with them. And if your spouse has the stroke, then you make sure that you do not use words like you have to do the dishes or you should be coming with me to this party or whatever, those forceful connotations. You know what I'm saying. Now, if you have to deal with a person like that, let me give you 3 ways to do that. First, instead of saying you must do it, say do it or don't do it in a calm voice. This is very, very frustrating for them initially, but eventually they make a better choice. They fight you because you are the authoritative figure here. When you say do it, they want to oppose it. When you say don't do it, they want to oppose it because opposing the authority is their default mechanism. But when you give them a choice, initially they get confused, but eventually they feel they are in control and they'll end up making a choice that is suitable for them. Most of the time, completing the task they're assigned to do. Point number 2, stay away from have to, must, and should. If they feel that they are in a choiceless position, they feel uninterested and turned off. Have you seen couples forcing each other to do things together? Defiant people tend to walk away from such relationships. For them, a request is romantic, but a demand is incarcerating. Point number 3, the show must go on. They fight you as they consider you as the roadblock in their mind. They feel it's their duty to fight anyone who may misuse power. When they walk away, withdraw, or throw a tantrum, make sure that you step up. Get the work done without making them feel wrong. After a few attempts like this, they will realize that the tantrums are not working and you are unaffected by it. They will also understand that you're not misusing your power to control them. You are just interested in getting the work done. If you are a defiant person yourself, then I know it's tough to rely on experts as they may sound authoritative. Some people still do it, but others just withdraw halfway through the process. I thought of giving you 3 journaling questions that you can use to ponder upon these issues. Question number 1, what does authority mean to you? Write all that comes to your mind. There is no right or wrong answer to this question. If you use handwritten journaling, then it becomes even more effective. Question number 2, who misused authority when you were weaker than them? In most cases, I have found defiance develops when kids are bullied by parents, elder siblings, teachers, or even strangers with authority. The sense of helplessness in the moment festers resentment for life. Question number 3, what can you do when you get triggered in defiance? This is a tricky one. You have to sit down and think of all alternatives that you can use when you are triggered in the moment. Let's accept defiance brings in ego hassles, conflicts, triggers, fears, insecurities. If you empathetically understand why you feel the way you do, you'll be able to help yourself and move forward, and in turn, help someone else who is suffering from the same issue. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Absolutely Right. I hope you learned something really interesting today. If it has impacted you, then make sure that you become the first one to create this impact on someone else. Look at someone's handwriting and find the traits that you have learned so far. See if you can help them in any way. If you find this defiant K, then make sure you click a picture and tag my Instagram handle at Aditi Surana. Send me that picture. Remember, you have to be gentle without sounding like a condescending expert or authority. You have to give feedback to them. Every month, I teach one graphology masterclass. I invite you to join me in this fascinating journey, a special course that I designed in the lockdown for people to understand themselves for real. Your handwriting can help you detect not only defiance but other anxiety patterns, understand your kids, and even hire better. Next batch begins on Saturday, 9th of Jan. All details are mentioned on the website aditisurana.com. If you like this podcast, then don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcast.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing!